Good morning, students. I hope you are doing good. Today, we will start a new chapter in English literature, that is Suvira by Anand Paru. First of all, mark the portion for Essay 1. Come to Contents page. I hope you all have this Mulberry English course with you. If not, please get it from the school office. It is available there. Come to page number 7. Just a short recap, we have already done chapter 1 and chapter 2 for FA1 and the poem In the Bazaars of Hyderabad by Sarojini Naidu. For Essay 1, we are going to have chapter 3, 4, 5 and 6 and poems Palm Tree and If. I repeat, for Essay 1, we are going to have chapter 3, 4, 5 and 6 and poems Palm Tree and poem If. Let's start the chapter Suvira by Paro Anand. So come to page number 40. Okay. So here we are going to start this new chapter. The story Suvira is about a girl who had to leave her hometown Kolkata and shift to a new place in Delhi because her father lost his job. He was admitted to a new school in the mid of the term. So the girl was admitted in a new school in the mid of the term. The story depicts the courage and dedication to win the 800-meter race as well as the recognition from her new school. So the story is simply about a girl who has been shifted from one place to another because his father got transferred and he lost his job from one place. So he had to shift to another, and then the girl also had to go to a new school in the mid of the term. Studying in the mid of the term is a really great problem because it creates a problem just because you've already adapted yourself to one place and one kind of living, and now going to change it to a new place, it becomes a really difficult. So in this story, the narrator recalls how difficult it was for her to change school midterm, and she goes on to tell how her courage and determination to succeed won her the acceptance and recognition from her new schoolmates. So we will be starting the chapter. Over here the narrator is telling us, and Suvira is a character who is a different character in this. She is a person who is in the school and she used to win most of the races. She is Suvira and the narrator is a different person. So just don't get confused between the narrator and the Suvira. Right in this school in the middle of its term, it couldn't be helped. My father's life had suddenly taken a sharp U-turn. So this is what the narrator is saying. He had resigned from his job and decided to change tracks in his career. Our family had to pack up and leave our hometown. It was awful saying goodbye to all my old friends, especially Anu. So Anu over here is the narrator's very good friend, and she was very disturbed because she had to leave each and everything, her old home, then old friends, everyone she had to leave, and she had to go to a new place and adapt herself according to the living conditions over there. And now our lives were turned upside down, and each one of us was trying to cope with the changed circumstances as best as we could. But there was nothing to be done except wait and hope that this cloud too would have a silver lining. Cloud that has a silver lining. It is a proverb which is used to explain that a cloud. What is a cloud? Cloud is usually black in color and it shows something that is dark, and it is when it is about to rain we see clouds. So a cloud which has a silver lining, even after the cloud there will be a silver lining. This is what is being said, what is being expected by the family members. Silver lining means something nice would happen, even after so many difficulties something nice would happen. So this is what they are expecting. My second day in the new school was marked with excitement. So first day it was a usual day because nobody was so much interacting to her. She came from a new place, now she had to make new friends over there. So second day in the new school was marked with excitement. Trials were taking place for the inter-school athletic meet. So athletic meet, it is all about like you have your sports day in schools. Yes, so we have different kinds of races. Same thing was going on over there also. So they were practicing for the inter-school athletics meet. The school teams were to be chosen and finalized. Every house has its favorite for each event. Packets of glucose for last minute energy boost had been kept ready for those who were participating. So the school members, the school faculty were providing glucose to the students who were running or who were participating in the race. So all these were done by the school. I sat near the tracks, shaking my legs to keep off the mid-January chill. To keep off, to avoid the mid-January chill. So she had come from Kolkata to Delhi. So Kolkata was comparatively a warmer climate than that of Delhi. Delhi remains chilly and it was really very cold over there. So she was trying to avoid that chilly winter over there. And also I guess the nervousness I had come from Calcutta with its warmer climate and was unprepared for the sting of Delhi's chilly winter mornings. I wore a red t-shirt and white shorts, red because I was put into the red house. She was wearing a red t-shirt because she was put to a red house. But my housemates pretty much ignored me. So the housemates, what did they do? They ignored her. They did not try to be friendly with a new girl. They did not try to be too friendly with her. So not that they were being unfriendly on purpose, just that it was a busy day. They were not being unfriendly. So she is just trying to tell herself that they are not being unfriendly to me. They are just busy today, so they are not able to be friendly to me, or they do not have time to talk to me. A day to back the favorites, not some unknown. I also cursed myself for being stupid enough to volunteer to run the 800-meter race. Deepti told me that I had an impossibly tough race ahead. So she had volunteered herself to go for 800 meters race. She has already done that in her previous school also. So she volunteered to do so. But Deepti is a girl who told her it is impossible because she has opted for a really difficult race. Suvira Mathur of the Blue House has never been beaten in this event. So there is a girl named Suvira Mathur who had never been beaten in this event. So not even at inter-school events. In fact, she assured me Suvira holds the Delhi inter-school record for 800 meters. So in the inter-school record means all the schools of Delhi. In that also, that girl Suvira Mathur, she had won laurels. She had won many medals for 800 meters. So I eyed the said Miss Mathur. She had long muscular legs and true runner's easy stride. So she could run easily because she had all the qualities within her. The qualities have been described over here like long muscular legs and a true runner's easy stride. She had a friendly face which flashed smiles to everyone dressed in the blue t-shirt. So she was from a blue house, so she just gave smiles to the blue t-shirt group. So the people in the blue t-shirt, she used to be very friendly to them and she used to smile at them while looking. I tried to shake off my feeling of a certain disaster. So she tried to be shaking her feeling because she was trying to think that was I wrong that I have opted for an 800 meter race, and this girl who is a inter-school winner. So in front of her, if I lose, it will be very bad. So I had to make a decent go of this. Now that I put myself into this, I may as well give it my best shot. I had won 800 meters a couple of times in Calcutta. So she told that she had already won 800 meters race in Calcutta too many times. So she was boosting her own self. She was boosting her morale that she can do it and she can win the race. So what was the guarantee that Suvira was better and faster than me? Who knows, I could well turn out to be the new heroine of the show, queen of the fast track or something grand like that. So she was just wondering that it can also be that I may win the race and I may become the queen of the show. It is not just that Suvira will only be the queen of the show every time. There might be students who can do better than her, and I have also won laurels in Kolkata when I was there in my old school. So she said, with such wonder fanciful thoughts warming the cockles of my heart, I too got up to test my old slightly battered spikes on new unfamiliar tracks. No one cheered me on as I warmed up, doing springs and stretches. To force the winter chill out of my bones and muscles, only the power of positive thinking and me were out there, hand in hand. I stopped to catch my breath and watched the 110-meter hurdles and high jump poles. I somehow had never been able to conquer these two events, but today I promised myself I would fly. So what did she say is that she was trying to boost up herself, she was trying to exercise, she was trying to do this and that, but nobody wondered her what she was doing, nobody noticed her also, just because she was a new girl and they did not knew that what all capabilities or what all things she had in herself. So she was trying to do the exercises and she was trying to be ready for the race. She promised herself that she would fly. This means that she would not fly like a bird, but she would be doing what was opted for her, what she had volunteered for. She will do it very well. She will give her 100% for that. And then the 800-meter race was announced. We drew lots for our lanes and I got lane 3. So she got lane 3. I had picked the lane right next to Suvira, who was running in the lane 4. Suvira was running in the lane 4 and she was in lane 3. Not a very auspicious start. A slight tremble shook my dwindling confidence. Dwindling over here means diminishing gradually in size, amount or strength. So it was diminishing in size, and the courage that she had, it was trying to diminish, but she was enthusiastic in the way that she wanted to win the race. So she started. I admit for a fleeting moment I actually considered feigning, a faint right there and then. But I couldn't let myself down that badly, could I? No, I may be a lot of things, but I am not a chicken, I am not a coward, she said. I can be a lot of things, but I cannot be a coward. I will win this race. So she had that dedication in herself. Come on, I coaxed my cold limbs. The limbs were being cold because it was chilly winter, so it was not working the way it used to work in Calcutta. So she tried to convince, or she tried to motivate the cold limbs, and then I had so much to prove and so much to achieve, because she had to prove herself and she had to achieve the laurels. So she started. You see, not only was I new to the school, but also my family and I had come far away from Calcutta in what I viewed an unfortunate circumstances. So it was an unfortunate circumstances just because her father had left his job and he did not have any job, and now that his father had admitted her to a new school, she had to prove herself also. So I was viewed as my father was jobless. Suddenly our comfortable lifestyle had vanished. We could now afford very few of the luxuries that I had grown used to and even taken for granted. I knew my parents were putting a lot of financial pressure on themselves by admitting me into this good but expensive school. The school was very good and expensive as well. So she was a very sensible girl in the sense, because she was sensing the problems that was occurring in her lives and also in the families. She was not a girl who was ignorant of the fact that the family was in trouble. So she was knowing that I would compete wearing my old battered spikes. Since I couldn't afford a new pair, I would wear my old spikes and I would win. Dear God, I had to win. So she said that she had to win just because she had to show how much she had the dedication to achieve. Okay, get set. On your marks. The starter's arms went up. Whole school ground went Delhi quiet. I crouched down behind the starting line. I tried not to look over to my right, but my eye caught the dark arm that had tensed ready for action. The dark arm over here is the arm of Suvira, who was ready for action, and she was also ready for action, but she did not see this side, because that would have fluctuated the mind, or it would have tried to what you can say is that she might have got disturbed, because if she would have seen there, distracted if she would have seen that side. So she was just looking in front. She was ready in front, and then she was looking towards the front position so that she could start the race. Get set and then go, and then they started on running. Things were coming in and on, and then they did. Suvira, Suvira, Suvira. Everyone, each and everyone was cheering for her. Nobody cheered for the narrator because they did not even know who this girl was. To me, it seemed as if the whole school, the whole of Delhi, the whole of India, the whole of world was chanting that one name. The chant was rising to a crescendo. Crescendo over here is a gradual increase in loudness. As in now and then, Suvira, 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 Suvira. They were keeping on enchanting that voice. Okay, then they were keeping on cheering for her, because they knew that she will only win the race. So to me, it seemed as if the whole school, the whole Delhi and the whole of India, the whole of world was chanting that one name. The chant was rising at a crescendo, and I knew why. I could hear the drumbeat of her feet as they pounded down lane 4 in hot pursuit. So she could see her moving forward. I knew she was closing in on me. I knew that I had got away too early at the start. Hadn't paced myself correctly. We were approaching the 400-meter mark. So they were approaching the 400-meter mark, but the narrator was on the lead. She was leading the race. Now she saw that Suvira was also beside her only. Slow down, I told myself. I started slowing down very imperceptibly. It is an old trick in racing. You cut back on pace and your opponent too takes the pressure off herself. So it is a trick of the racing path. Okay. So when you are on a race, when you cut down your speed, what will the other person do? She will go on to speed herself. Okay. So this is what was done over here. She did, it worked a bit. But with wildly enthusiastic crowd egging on her on and just 300 meters to go. Now it was only 300 meters left to reach. I maintained for the first half. I hung on though, hanging on her tail like worrying dog. I just lay back a bit, catch my breath, refuel myself and give it a best shot. So now that she just laid over there, she tried to stop herself. She did not stop completely, but she tried to slow down. And when she slowed down, what did she do is she took a catch up my breath and refuel myself. Means she bugged up herself again and boosted herself, and then again she started to give her best shot. My gaze traveled down her legs as they pumped their ways towards the finishing line. I think it was then that I saw her shoes. She then saw her shoes. It was very new, it was shining and it had spikes, but compared to that, the narrator's shoe was old and the spikes were not aware of the tracks. This was all said in this paragraph. I was close now, 20 to 30 meters to go. My old blue spikes had put me on the victory stand often enough. So that old spikes, old shoes had only set her on the victory stand. She used to stand on that victory stand with those old shoes on. So I would take them there this time also. She had the dedication that this time also that she would take these shoes on to the past those flashy new spikes, past the home favorite. I surged forward. She moved forward. Okay. Suvira's head swiveled sideways to check how close I was. So Suvira was seeing sideways so that where that narrator was. When she saw her, but I was going full steam ahead too. Suvira, Suvira, Suvira. The whole universe reverberated the name of my worthy opponent. The opponent, that is the opposition team, or the opponent who is going in the race opposite to her. Everyone was saying Suvira only because nobody knew the narrator's name also. We ran together now, step for step, stride for stride. So as she was moving, the other one was also moving like that only, same way. The old favorite with new shoes, the newcomer with the old ones. So she was saying, she was comparing that the new shoes were going with the old ones, the newcomer was going with the old students. Okay, the tape was within the arm's reach now. I charged towards it. She charged towards it. She charged, Suvira charged towards it, and the narrator also charged towards it. At the same time only, I could feel my lungs bursting with the effort. So she could feel her lungs inside, and it was the effort that she had made. I could hear her grasping too, hear her through the roaring of the pain of effort in my eyes. I ducked my head and breasted the tape. So what did she do? She just moved in front and then she breasted the tape. Means she came in contact with the tape, and then the tape had got torn. Here she ducked her head and breasted the tape. I crossed the finishing line. She crossed the finishing line. So as I crossed the finishing line, at the same time Suvira also crossed the finishing line. The narrator and Suvira both crossed the finishing line together. The crowd went wild, cheering and chanting, still chanting Suvira's name. But in between the chanting, there were voices that asked, "Hey, who is that? What's the new girl's name?" So now when they saw her winning, when the students, the old students and the school saw her winning, what did they ask for? Who is this new girl? What is her name? And then we were standing there together on top of the step of victory, and we both of us were using the standing alone. So now they were standing in a place where they used to stand alone. Now both of them were standing together over there. She turned to me and smiled. Who turned? Suvira turned. A friendly open smile as though she was genuinely happy. Well done, she said. Well run, I said. So the narrator said, well, you've run properly, she said that well done. Then we joined hands and raised them to acknowledge the cheering of our school, my school. So she said now that they acknowledged themselves and they cheered for the school that they had both won. And from then on, everyone encouraged her, and she was known by everyone. This is how the acceptance and recognition from her new schoolmates she received. So she was now accepted and recognized by the new school members also. So this was her second day in the new school, which marked with excitement. So what you have to do, students, you will be reading this chapter 2 to 3 times. I hope you have already understood this chapter. It is very easy. You can easily go through. Language is simple. You can easily read it 2 to 3 times. What work you will do is you will first write essay 1 portion on the first page. In the second page, you will be drawing double lines. Write Suvira. Then write 25 difficult words. You will be writing 25 difficult words from there. And then you have, I guess, 25 meanings in this chapter. You will be writing all the 25 meanings in your notebook. After writing the meanings, you have about the author given on page number 44. About the author Paro Anand. There is a paragraph of 4 to 5 lines. You will write that in your notebook. So these are the 4 things that you are going to write in your notebook. The essay 1 portion, difficult words, meanings, and about the author. So after writing these 4 things, we are going to complete this today's class. I hope you've understood all this, and it will be better if you will read the chapter 2 to 3 times. After that, we will be having the next class. Thank you so much, students. Complete your work and be on time.